the athleticism, etc., etc. Halliburton, a lot of people like that guy and his upside. Jay Billis says he's undervalued. I hope he stays undervalued so he'll fall at number 8 to my New York Knicks. But again, that's neither here nor there. I like Anthony Edwards. I think he's got that kind of game. Definitely Minnesota needs him because you got Karl Anthony Towns. You don't necessarily need another big man in today's game the way it's played. You need guard play. And D'Angelo Russell, with an Anthony Edwards seems to be a really good and impressive backcourt. You go that route, you let Wiseman fall at number 2, you hope and pray that Halliburton falls to number 8. That's the way I view it.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are the ones on the clock, and 20 minutes from now, right here, again, the 2020 draft, right here on ESPN. Stephen A., thank you. And again, for all those of you at home, as well as you, Stephen A., we'll keep you up to date as soon as we have any further information on the injury to Klay Thompson. Yes.
Tell Adrian Wojnarowski to stop being the Grim Reaper. It ain't even 7:30 yet. He already giving us bad news. Can he wait a little bit?
Did you see him when he answered the phone? He's like,
already giving us bad news.
I know. And he has 2 or 3 Chargers with him tonight to make sure and continue to be the Grim Reaper if necessary.
And that trade, of course, collecting assets. Meanwhile, the Thunder doing that. And we've got more news coming in. According to Woj, Klay Thompson suffered a right leg injury working out in Southern California today and will undergo tests. The severity of the injury is not known. Thompson had been making his way back from an ACL tear in his left leg that he suffered in the 2019 finals and cost him all of last season. Let's bring in Adrian Wojnarowski with much more on this story. What more can you tell us, Woj, about this injury?
Kevin, Klay Thompson was working out in Southern California today when he suffered what was described to me as a lower right leg injury, and he's going to undergo tests here the next few days, I'm told. It is immediately unclear the severity of the injury. Now, it was his left ACL that he missed all of the 2019 and 2020 season, the injury he had suffered in the previous NBA Finals. But right now, they're still waiting to get a sense of how serious this injury might be, Kevin.
Well, it's the big story. Of course, the Timberwolves are on the clock in a draft that is really unknown at the top 3. The Warriors pick number 2. How could this injury impact what the Warriors do tonight?
I think it's too early to tell, Kevin. They don't know what they have, certainly with this injury with Klay Thompson, but certainly understand when you're drafting a teenager at the top of the draft, it's a long view, not based off an injury in the short term. But listen, if they're very serious about LaMelo Ball at 2 if he's there, James Wiseman, they were still working through those today. So remains to be seen how it's going to impact them tonight in the draft.
Okay, Woj, from the draft room as we get ready for the NBA virtual draft right here on the campus at ESPN. Let's go to Sage.
Again, Woj keeping track of breaking news from all different angles here with us on SportsCenter. He's standing by if need be. Also standing by now live is our Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A., less than an hour ago, you and I were here on SportsCenter talking about what the Warriors should do with that number 2 overall pick. We're talking about the big man, James Wiseman, and how great of a fit he'd be with a healthy Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. As Woj said, you heard him, we don't know that much right now, but your first reaction when you hear an injury to a leg of Klay Thompson, what do you say?
This is nightmarish.
Yeah.
This is nightmarish. All championship hopes are out the window. You need both. You can't have Klay without Steph. You can't have Steph without Klay and talk championship. You can talk playoffs. You can talk excitement. You can talk box office appeal, but you can't talk championship having one without the other. You need both of them. This is the greatest shooting backcourt we have ever seen in the history of basketball. Do you know that Klay Thompson has never shot less than 40% from three-point range in his career? Ever! That's who we're talking about here. We constantly talk about the 2-time MVP that is Steph Curry. We constantly recognize him because he can shoot off the dribble, not just standing still with a setup shot. It's off the dribble. He can create his own shot better than Klay Thompson. We constantly call him the greatest